I,
Hello. Hi, sorry, sir. I completely misread that as let's start at 5:30 instead of
okay.
until
Yeah, yeah.
5:30.
Okay,
So,
okay, no problem.
that's why suddenly I was eating lunch. Right?
Okay.
There's some background.
Background noise.
Yeah,
Now it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah. It's yet there, but it's reduced to a big extent.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
from yesterday, right? From
Yeah.
yesterday's class, the very last thing we did, that one proof, I
Yeah.
didn't really like. I realized I really haven't understood that well. The proving sum, and I didn't really copy it, the working down very well also. So I couldn't figure
Okay.
it out.
Okay.
Can we just
Okay.
quickly get that?
Yeah. Yeah. This one. I saying this one.
This one, yeah, this
Okay.
one.
So uh, I need to explain this again. Like you didn't get this right.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So see, we'll look at this term. What term they have given us? Root
Hmm.
1 plus h less than 1 plus h by 2. Okay. So, and
Hmm.
for any h greater than 0. Okay. So, this is
Hmm.
the range given 0 to h. Okay. H is positive number.
Hmm.
So, as according to MVT, we can have any values between 0 and h. Okay. H is positive because h is greater than 0. So we will consider any value between
Hmm.
0 and h, that is x. Okay, like suppose this is 0, and since
Hmm.
h is greater than 0, so let's understand the position of h is here. Okay, in right hand side of 0. So x is somewhere in between
Huh.
this. Like according to MBT, what is MBT? MBT is f dash x is equal to f of h minus f of 0 upon h minus 0, right? If the function is continuous,
Hmm.
right, then it must
Hmm.
hold f dash x is equal to f of h minus f of 0 upon h minus 0 according to MBT. Is that fine?
Right.
So since we have
Yeah.
considered this function f of x is equal to root 1 plus x, why we have considered this? Because if we consider this, then only we can have the terms which include root of 1 plus h, right? Because we are going to plug h in the function, right? We are going to plug h in the
Hmm.
function, so that will give us f of h is equal to root 1 plus h. So at least we will get some of the term by considering this kind of function, right? Like if we consider this function, then only
Okay.
we will get this type of terms, right? Root 1 plus h
Oh, so x is defined as that point to which
hmm.
the tangent will be parallel to
To the
the
secant
tangent
line,
connecting. Oh, okay.
like
Okay,
that.
got it.
Okay, and why we have considered this type of
Hmm.
function?
Hmm.
The reason is very much clear, because we need root 1 plus h kind of term, right?
Hmm. Right.
So once we apply MVT,
Right.
because the function is continuous and differentiable within the given limit. So once we apply
Hmm.
MVT, so we get root 1 plus h minus 1 over h. So we got at least the terms which involve root 1 plus h minus 1 at least, right? In fact, h is also there. So
Hmm.
basically, if you look at the terms,
Yeah.
what are the terms? Root 1 plus h, 1 h by 2. Okay, so these are terms. So we want relation between them actually, right? So when we apply MVT, we got all the terms here in this statement, right? We got all the term root
Hmm.
1 plus h1 and h,
Hmm.
right? So obviously if we have some
Hmm.
inequality, if we introduce some inequality here, we will definitely get the relation.
Hmm.
What relation is need to be proved here, we'll definitely get that relation. So the inequality can be introduced because of this term 1 over 2 root 1 plus x. Okay,
Right.
so
Right.
since, yeah, So since x is positive number, right? So x is greater
Hmm.
than 0, right? X is positive number, x is greater than 0, right? So if I add 1 on both
Yeah.
side, what we get? We get 1 plus x greater than 1. So basically we are looking for the term which has which is like root 1 plus x. Okay, we are looking for a term
Yeah.
which has root 1 plus x.
Hmm.
So at least we start with x, isn't it? What is
Hmm.
x? X is greater than 0. So we'll start with x, right? So when x is greater than 0,
Hmm.
we'll introduce 1. 1 plus x greater than 1. Yeah. So if 1 plus x greater than 1, we'll apply root on both sides. So when we apply root on both sides, that is also greater than 1, right?
Right.
So once we got root, but we want reciprocal of that root, isn't it? The reciprocal of that root.
Hmm.
So 1 over root 1 plus x, and reciprocal of 1 is 1, but the inequality sign will change here because we took the reciprocal. Fine.
Right.
Now again we want 2 in the denominator apart from this. So 1 over root 1 plus x. So we'll divide both term by positive number, which is 2. So 1 over 2 root 1 plus x is
Okay.
less than 2, well, less than half. Okay. But what is
And
1?
then you substitute.
Yeah, what is 1 over 2 root 1 plus x? That is this.
Yeah. Minus one by h. Yeah.
Okay. So once we arrange the term, we'll
Okay.
definitely get the required expression.
Right. Got it. And
Okay. So today also we'll solve one or two questions on MVT. And as you notice the topic is
so, sir,
find. Hmm.
huh.
I had
So in
given,
the
yeah,
homework you gave, the
yeah,
first
yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, the first one I usually got. I think it was minus 14, right? Is the least.
Yes, minus 14. Very good. Means f of 7.
Then,
F
sir,
of 7 is like greater than or equal
f
to
of,
minus 14.
yeah, so it said what was the least value? So that was minus 14.
Minus 14.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The least, yeah. So then the second one, I really like got stuck. I couldn't really do. I don't know. I couldn't really manage anything
What was the
because I think
second
it
one?
wasn't that crazy.
Was it mod sin A minus sin B?
More.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Okay, fine. So the second question is we have to prove that mod sin A minus sin B less than equal to mod A minus B. Okay. So as I already
Yeah.
uh, given you the hint that we have to use MVT. So if you look at the term mod
Hmm.
sin A minus sin B, and in right hand side it is mod A
Hmm.
minus B, right? So if you ignore mod for a while,
Hmm.
if you ignore mod, so what you get? Sin A minus sin B, you know, and less than equal to
Hmm.
A minus B. Okay. For a while, if you ignore the mod, we'll look at the modulus function, like modulus, what is the role of modulus here. But you will definitely say yes to this, right? If suppose sine A minus sine B is like, if suppose we prove this, sine A minus sine B less than equal to A minus B, okay? So I'm just trying to get you in the sense where you can think of the MVT, the concept of MVT,
Oh,
right? So we have
I think
basically,
I kind of.
yeah.
Hmm.
So sine A minus sine B upon A minus B. If suppose we are able to prove this, so at least we can think of the modulus function after this, right? So can we prove this first of all? The question is,
No, I
can we?
think I got it. I got it. So let sine x be the
Perfect.
this thing, and then
Perfect.
you use MVT, and then the derivative of sine x is cos x, and the maximum of cos x is one, right? I mean, like,
Perfect. Perfect.
it
Perfect.
can't go beyond one.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, got it,
So
got
you
it.
got everything. Okay. So
Yeah,
now what was the third? So should I complete this? Like, if suppose we apply
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
sine b minus sine a b minus a. Okay. If we apply MVT, so that
Hmm,
is supposed to be equal to f dash c, some values between a and b. Here the limit is a and
hmm,
b, right? So f dash c, the function is
hmm,
sine x. So what is f dash c?
hmm.
That is cos c. Okay,
Cos sine, cos
cos c.
hmm,
So sine b minus sine a upon b minus a is equal to cos c. But we know one thing: if we take modulus on both sides, right? If we take modulus on both
hmm.
sides, so the modulus means it will give you the positive value of the cos c, right? So cos c will
Right.
always be
Yeah.
less than or equal to 1, because we know one thing, that cos c is always less than 1 or greater than minus 1. So mod c means
Correct.
mod of cos c will always be less than or equal to 1, right? So when we apply that, we just got this thing: mod of sine b minus sine a upon b minus a less than equal to 1, and it gives you the final result, which is sine b minus sine a less than equal to mod b minus a. But if you observe the result,
Right.
it is actually interchange. So because of advantage of having modulus, it won't affect anything
More.
here.
Yeah. Correct. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what about the third question? Was it clear or doubt? E raised to
Can
x.
I try doing it now?
Yeah, yeah, do that, do that. What function you assume here?
Sorry, sorry. I made a mistake. Um, so is this the type of sum where you like like define the range of e to the power x
No,
between one and
no, no,
infinity?
not exactly. No, you have to do this by MBT. If you define the range of e raised to x, so that is basically 0 to infinity, more than 0, right?
Mm. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think
Hmm.
I'm maybe on the track.
Okay.
So unlike the previous sum, you didn't have two unique points. So you have to make a point, right?
Perfect. Yeah.
Like A and B, you have
Yeah.
to make, right?
Yeah.
So um, so if you take 1 plus x to the other side, that becomes a denominator, right?
Okay. So
So
e
then
raised
do
to
you take
x
minus
upon
1?
like this.
But what you try and manipulate is like it's x minus minus 1 in the denominator, x minus minus 1. And then if you like try and make that slope ka thing, and you to both sides you add minus um, e to the power minus 1
Hmm.
on both sides of the thing. I'm still not too sure what to do.
So I give you the actually I simplify the question for you. Suppose you we
Okay.
have to prove this, right? E raised to x greater than 1 plus x. See, sometimes approach may be different, but we have to
Hmm.
follow the path which is easier, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if suppose we have to prove e raised to x greater than 1 plus x, so instead of proving that, can we prove this? Make sense?
Yeah.
Because e raised to x minus 1 minus x if greater than 0, then obviously the given expression will be
Hmm.
proved, right? So once
Hmm.
we get the expression, we have to prove that this is positive. So we can at least make a
Hmm.
function out of it, which is f of x is equal to e raised to x minus 1 minus x. And taking such function
Hmm.
is important because the
Hmm.
derivative is easily found for this function, right?
Yeah.
So once, as you already guessed one thing, that we need to set a limit. So if suppose we set a limit a b where the function is continuous, okay, and
Hmm.
within a b the function is differentiable, but this
Hmm.
constant won't work until you take proper constants. So what we take? We take a is equal to 0 and b is equal to x. Okay, means our
Hmm.
limit is 0x basically. Okay, x is positive, x is
Hmm.
greater than 0 obviously. So lower limit is 0, the upper limit is x. It is just to have x in the expression. Okay,
Hmm.
like if you take x as b, then you will come up with this expression e raised to b greater than 1 plus b. So that doesn't make any
Yeah.
difference. So to have x in the expression, we just consider 0x, okay, as a limit.
Hmm.
Okay, so once we find derivative of this, okay, let's write the mvt as soon as possible, otherwise we'll lost the track,
Hmm.
right? So what is mvt? f
Right.
dash f dash c, any values between, c is belongs to 0x, open interval, c
Hmm.
belongs to 0x. So f dash c is equal to what? F of b, what is b? X minus what is a? 0
Correct.
upon x minus 0. Okay,
Yeah.
so what is f dash x now? F dash x, and we want f dash c. So e raised to x, I think.
So
hmm,
so f dash c is e to the power c minus 1.
Perfect, is equal to what is f of x? F of x is same as the expression
Yeah.
minus what is f of 0?
F of 0 is 0.
0 and x. Okay, but the problem is we
Yeah.
need to introduce inequality. Okay, need to introduce inequality because the expression has inequality, right? So we got e raised to x
Yeah.
minus 1 minus x upon x is equal to e raised to c minus 1. Can you figure out what inequality we can introduce here? So we will not touch this expression
Yeah.
because this is the required expression. So we can think for the
Correct.
constant. So the constant is e raised to c minus
Right.
1. So
So e
any
raised to c minus 1 should be greater than 0,
why?
because c is between 0 and c is between 0 and x. So
I have written here
e so
because of
it
this. Because of
yeah,
this. C is
yeah. So
between C. That's
e to
why
the
the
power
hmm,
c,
that's why the close interval
yeah.
won't work here. It should be open interval, right? Because we cannot include 0
Hmm.
and x. So obviously we will have
Yeah.
a value between 0 and x. So at least more than 0.
Yeah.
So if we have more than 0, so
Yeah.
e raised to c will definitely give you a
Hmm.
value which is greater than 1, right? Because we know one thing, e
1.
raised to 0 is 1. So more than 0 will definitely give some greater than 1 value, right? So it is greater than 0.
Hmm.
So once we got this, so e raised to x
Right.
minus 1 minus x greater than 0, hence proved. E raised to x greater than 1 plus x.
Correct. Got it. Got it.
Okay, so basically we have to play around
Yeah.
the terms, and if you play well, you will definitely get the bonus point.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's move to the next interesting chapter, that is finite in infinite. The name itself very interesting, right?
Hmm.
Finite in infinite. It's a kind of,
Correct. Yeah.
if
Very, very deep.
yeah, it's a deep term. If I give this term to any
Yeah.
Baba, the person who guide the poor person,
Yeah.
so he will be earn lot of money from
Yeah.
this. The finite in the infinite, right? So so as we have already we have already seen in the first lecture that we were talking about the sequences, right?
Hmm.
And the sequences leads to some constant value,
Yes.
and then we name that particular property of the sequence. And that name, what is the name? If suppose the sequence leads to some constant value, what is that called?
It's a convergent.
Convergent. Yeah,
Convergent.
convergent. If suppose the sequence does not lead to any constant value, then that is divergent. But and I would,
Divergent.
yeah, and also explain the difference between sequence and the series. What is the difference?
A sequence is a list of numbers just with a comma between them,
Perfect.
right?
Yeah,
And a series has like some definite definition, like some of how the
some
terms are.
some
Like they
summation,
go with a formula, right?
summation. That's it. Series
The
is
summation of the
summation
sequence.
of
Yeah.
the number. Okay.
Yeah.
Sequence is list of number.
Yeah.
Series is summation of number. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are going to understand the convergence of series. Okay. So the heading is under finite in
Hmm.
infinite. The heading is convergence of infinite series. Okay. So we can give the common
Hmm.
heading as series and convergence. So if suppose like in the first lecture, if un is any sequence, if it leads to any constant value, like if we apply limit over the sequence over the general formula, and if it leads to any
Hmm.
constant value, right? So this sequence is said to
Hmm.
be what? Convergent. Okay,
Convergent.
for sequence.
Hmm.
And the result is basically 1 by n. If I give you the definition of sequence as 1 by n, so the result of this property is basically make this sequence convergent, because limit n tends to infinity, un is equal to 0. Okay, which is a finite value,
Hmm.
right? So this makes the sequence
Yeah.
un is equal to 1 by n convergent. But if we talk about series, so series is basically sum of numbers, right? Means we are talking about the summation of such numbers leads to some finite value or not. Are you getting? The summation of number,
Yeah.
right? So summation of number means, if suppose the first number is u1, the second is u2, the third is u3, plus dot 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 plus un, plus it is still going till infinity. Okay, and if this sum is some
Hmm.
constant number, are you getting? If the sum of these numbers give
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
a finite value, a constant number, then
Hmm.
this series is said to be convergent. Okay,
Correct. Yeah.
and we can provide the notation like this. For this, k is equal to 1 to infinity uk. Okay,
Yeah.
so if this summation give you a constant value, a finite value, then the series is said to be convergent.
Hmm.
So let's make definition out of it. Okay,
Hmm.
so introduction line is when an infinite series has a
Hmm.
real number as a sum, we say that it is a convergent series, and it converges to its sum. Okay, so this is the introduction, and the definition is already mentioned above, so you can mark that as definition. The definition is, if the sequence of partial sum of partial sum has a limit L as n tends to infinity, then the series converges to the limit L. I hope you can make a difference out of this line.
Yeah. Actually, in for a sequence, the last term, like the infinite term, if that tends to a finite number, then it's a convergent sequence. But then if the sum of that converges to a finite number, it's a convergent series.
If the sequence of the partial sum, see, this is the partial sum, right? This is sum of the partial sum basically.
Hmm.
If the sequence of the partial sum has a limit L,
Hmm. Hmm.
means if the sum is gives you some constant value. Okay, if the sum is some constant
Hmm.
value, then it is said to be the convergent series.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. So we have already discussed about the such series which gives you a constant sum over infinite terms. Okay, can you recall that?
Hmm.
We have already discussed, but we didn't raise the term convergent at that time. Have you heard the term geometric series before?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sum to infinity also heard. You must have heard sum to infinity, right? So
But that's only possible if the R value is the mod of the R value is less than 1s. Yeah.
yeah, so mod for the geometric series. Okay, so this is the first series which we should discuss under the convergent.
Hmm.
So this is the first series. Like what is geometric series? Geometric series is a series which has a set of numbers, like a
Yeah.
sum of numbers
Geometric series is when each term of the series is multiplied by a constant value.
number. Yes. So I can write one geometric series here, which is 1 plus r square plus r cube plus dot 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 plus rn plus dot 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 infinity. Okay.
Yeah,
So this is geometric series where the common ratio is r.
yeah,
Common ratio is r. And if suppose r
yeah.
is, mod r is less than 1, or r is less than 1 greater than
Hmm.
minus 1, means then
Hmm.
this series is said to be converges. Okay, this series is said to be converges because what is the sum of this, uh, what is sum of this series?
The sum of this series is 1 upon uh, a upon 1 minus r. So 1 upon 1 minus r.
Yeah, so 1 actually, for n term, the sum of the series is 1 into 1 minus r raised to n plus 1 upon 1 minus r, right? This is for n term.
Oh, huh. For n term, yeah.
Yeah.
For the n term.
Now sum to infinity is something else. Sum to infinity means
Yeah.
we let
1
n
minus
tends to
1.
infinity,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
when limit, like when n tends to infinity, r raised to n plus 1 tends to what? Since r is less than 1, means mod of r, like r is something, some fraction, maybe 1
0.
by 2,
It
1 by
tends to
3.
0.
Yeah, so that will tends to 0. Okay, so sum to infinity is basically will give, this is 0, so 1 over 1 minus r, because the first term is 1 here. If the first term is a, then the sum will be a over 1 by r. Okay, so
Hmm.
no need to confuse with this numerator. This is just the first term as per the formula.
Hmm.
Okay, so if I give you one series, okay, like verify that, the series 2 plus 3 by 2 plus 9 by 8 plus 27 by 32 plus dot 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 converges, and find its sum. So first of all, you will think for the common ratio, right, of this, and you have to verify whether this
Yeah.
series is geometric series or not.
Yeah. So what you do, You take the second term divided by the first term and divide the third term by the second term and see if they're equal.
Yes.
Yeah, so the common term is 3 by 4.
Yeah. So common ratio is 3/4. Okay.
The common.
So we can definitely, and this 3/4 is less than 1. We need to verify that also
Yeah,
is less than 1. So once
yeah.
we found that mod r is less than 1, so the given geometric series is converges because we can find out sum to infinity by this formula. So
Mhm.
a upon 1 minus r,
1 minus r, which gives you 8.
8. So isn't it
Yeah.
interesting, like if you are adding up the given series till infinity, it gives you just 8.
Yeah, just
So
give, yeah, it's very
interesting,
fascinating.
right?
Yeah.
So finite in infinite. And Ramanujan uh, has done mastery in
Hmm.
this type of series. You know, that's why everybody, in
Wow.
mathematical world, Ramanujan has been
Hmm.
given a lot of respect because he has been done mastery in
Hmm.
this. Even a lot of
Yeah.
things I'll discuss like later
Hmm.
about him. Okay, so let's move to the okay the different tests we have. Okay, that provide you whether the given series
Hmm.
is convergent or divergent. Okay, so we are going to
Hmm.
reveal all those tests here. So out of that, the first test is divergence test. Okay, divergence test. So divergence test means it will definitely tell you about the series is divergent or not. It don't talk much about
Hmm.
convergent, but it will definitely tell you whether the series is divergent or not. Okay. So as
Hmm.
an elimination part, like as an elimination technique, we can consider this test as an important milestone because it at least tell us about whether the series is divergent or not. If suppose the series is divergent, we can definitely
Hmm.
tell the series is not convergent, right? In that case.
Hmm.
So let's write down the divergent test. So the test is basically if limit k tends to infinity for the sequence is not equal to 0, or if the limit does not exist, the series summation k is equal to 1 to infinity uk is divergent. Okay, so you complete this.
Right.
So idea
Yeah.
behind this test is basically if you look at the geometric series, okay, say if you observe the series, each term is decreasing from the previous term. The
Hmm.
means each term is less than the previous term.
Hmm.
Okay, this series is decreasing
Correct.
actually, right? If in case suppose
Hmm.
in other way around, if series is increasing like 2, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3, 2 raised to 4, 2 raised to 5, can we say that this series is convergent?
No.
No, we can't say because it is adding up more and more number to it. This is not series in fact.
Yeah.
If we add add them all, then it becomes series. So it is adding more and more number to it, right? So it will never lead to some finite value. It will never lead, isn't it? So that's why
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
ratio is supposed to be less than 1. That ratio here, the r is equal to 2 in fact, if you observe that. So therefore the ratio is
Hmm.
supposed to be less than 1. So if ratio is less than 1, so obviously it will give you, decreasing series like this. Okay, this is called decreasing series. So at least one thing we can assure here,
Mhm.
that for a series to be convergent, the series must be,
Uh, if the series has to be convergent, the last term has to go to zero.
yes, means we can say
Right?
that the series must be decreasing series, right?
Hmm.
Can we
Decreasing.
make out of this? Like if series need to be convergent, it must be decreasing series,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the opposite of that is basically divergent test. If your series is not decreasing, means over infinity it won't give you zero, right? Over
Hmm.
infinity the series must tends to zero. If it is not giving you zero, or the limit does not exist, the series is divergent,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? So I give you a question on it. See, show that the series sum k is equal to 1 to infinity k square plus 3k plus 1 over 4k square plus 3 diverges. Okay, so divergence
Hmm.
means we have to simply test the divergent test here, and if divergent test gives you some finite value, like if it is not equal to 0, limit,
Hmm.
I'm talking about this limit term.
Yeah.
So you just find out limit of that, then we'll discuss about it. Limit of the general term of the sequence.
So
Yeah.
doesn't it doesn't it converge
Now what are you
to one
getting?
by four?
You are getting 1 by 4.
One
So
by four.
yeah, so 1 by 4 is greater than 0 or less
Oh,
than?
yeah. It's not the sum. It's just the last term.
Yeah.
No, no. I got confused that the sum is converging to one by four, but it's actually just the
No,
last
it's just
term
the last
which
term.
is converging.
So last term needs to 0.
Yeah.
Need must be 0, right?
Mhm.
Over infinity.
Hmm.
So you just
Got
refer
it.
the geometric series for that. So if last term
Yeah.
is equal to 0, it is not 0. Therefore, the given series is convergent. Is divergent. So if suppose if we get 0, then can we say that the series is convergent? If suppose we get 0, like
Hmm.
if limit k tends to infinity, uk is equal to 0. Okay, so can we say that the series
Hmm.
is convergent? Is it the only condition?
No.
No, we can't say that the
No. No.
series is
No.
convergent. Okay, so therefore we require
Yeah.
convergent test. So this is inconclusive. Okay, for divergence, diverges or converges. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Okay, maybe diverges
Hmm.
or converges. So since
Hmm.
that's why the this first test is totally dedicated for testing divergent of the series. Okay, if
Hmm.
if we get
Hmm.
non-zero term, and if limit does not
Hmm.
exist, then the series must be divergent. Okay,
Right.
so because why I'm saying this, for consider this term, the last statement here on your screen. If suppose we have a sequence 1 over n, so limit n tends to infinity, what is 1 over n? Limit
Zero.
0, right? So now here I am
Yeah.
going to prove that 1 over n, which is the harmonic series, is not convergent basically. Okay, that I'll prove.
Hmm.
Okay, so before that, that's why this support this statement, right? They support this statement.
Correct.
So before that, let's uh, I no let me write. I will prove this to be divergent. Okay, so before that, just do one question. For the following series, determine if possible whether the series converges or diverges. So you have to find out whether it is converges or diverges. Okay, so the first is 1 over 2 plus 3 over 2 plus 3 over 4 plus dot 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 plus n over n plus 1, and it will keep going till infinity. So you have to just check out whether the series is decreasing or not.
Diverges. It diverges because it limits one when it tends to infinity.
Yeah, limit n tends to infinity, n over n plus 1 is equal to 1. Not 0 means divergent. Okay, now I'm giving you one more. It was a. So 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus dot 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 plus 1 by n plus dot dot dot.
So it's inconclusive. One though we discussed was inconclusive, right?
Yes, yes,
Like
yes. Inconclusive.
using this.
Right. So limit, n tends to infinity, 1 over n is equal to 0, inconclusive. Okay. And this is called harmonic series. Okay. This is harmonic series, isn't it? Harmonic
Hmm.
series is reciprocal of what? Reciprocal of arithmetic series or arithmetic progression. Right. So now we are going to prove the harmonic series is divergent. Harmonic series is,
So I'm just switching off the AC, huh? I'm just switching off the AC in my room.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So we are going to prove the interesting result, that is the harmonic series is divergent. So what we are basically proving, let's write the mathematical expression of that. Summation of n is equal to 1 to infinity for 1 over n, right, is equal to, it
Hmm.
will give you some sum. Okay, let's say this will give you some finite sum. Okay, some finite sum, it means it is convergent. So we are
Hmm.
using contradiction
Hmm.
proof, right? Do you know what
Okay.
is contradiction proof?
Hmm.
Like whatever we have to prove, we just take opposite of that, and in the course of explanation, we'll get something absurd, or we'll find some wrong statement according to maths, right? And then we can conclude that whatever we
Right.
assume is wrong. So whatever is given, that is right.
Right.
Okay. So if sum
Yeah.
is this s is some finite value, so how do we define s? S is basically 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5, okay, plus 1 by n plus dot dot dot. Okay. So we are talking about sum of all
Mm.
such numbers. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll simply make a group of number here. Okay. We'll make a group of number like this. 1 plus 1 plus half plus 1 by 3. Okay. So 1 plus half like this. 1 plus 3 plus 1 by 4. So we'll make a group like this. 1 by 5 plus 1 by 6 like this, plus dot dot dot, plus if I try to write the summation over n term, it will be 1 over n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus dot dot dot, let it goes to infinity. Okay.
Mm.
Now if I, okay, so we got this pair of numbers, right? 1 plus half plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4.
Mm.
So if suppose I I replace this 1 by 1 by 2. Hmm? I replace this 1 by
Mm.
1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 by 1 by 4. Okay. So we'll get some inequality in the expression, plus 1 over n plus 1 plus 1 over n plus 1 plus till infinity. So what I have done here, I have just replaced this 1 by half, 1 by 3 by 1 by 4, 1 by 5 by 1 by 6. So actually all these numbers has been replaced by some small number, some lesser, less valued number from
Right.
the previous one. Half is less than 1, 1 by 4 is
Mm.
less than 1 by 3, 1 by 6 is less than 1 by 5, right? So summation will also be less, isn't it? Summation will also be less
Mm.
because this is going to be
Mm.
added up, and we introduce one
Mm.
inequality here because we are adding small number, means less number than given in the previous expression, right?
Mm.
Okay, so let's add
Right.
them. Let's add them up. What is half plus half?
1.
1. 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4?
Half.
Huh. 1 by 6 plus
Oh,
1
so
by,
this is this whole series is half the value of the above
yeah,
above one.
half or
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, half the value.
you say half, or you can say like we already consider that as s, right? We already consider that sum as
Hmm.
s, finite value. So that was the biggest mistake we did in today's class, because of that we got s greater than s. How is it possible? We consider this sum as s, right? And what we got, because of that we
Right.
consider that sum as finite value, and because of that we got s greater than s. Is it possible? Like one number is
Which
greater
is
than
like
the same number.
which is like zero. It's like saying zero is greater than one. Then
Yeah.
I mean, zero is greater than zero. Yeah.
No, it's infinite, so you can make any wrong result in it. You can put any wrong result in it
Yeah.
according to your working basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so s is
Yeah.
greater than s. it's an absurd result.
Yeah.
And therefore, what we assume in the beginning is wrong. We assume that the sum of harmonic series is a finite value. That was wrong. Therefore,
Hmm.
sum of harmonic series sum of harmonic series is not a finite value. Therefore, if it is not finite value, so we say that series is to be divergent. Therefore, series is divergent. Okay, because to be convergent, the sum must leads to one finite constant.
Right.
Okay, did you understand this?
Hmm. Yes.
Okay, cool. So the next is introduction to convergence test for series. Now, since we have discussed the divergent test, the series is divergent under what conditions. Okay.
Hmm.
Now we'll discuss some of the convergent series. So before that, I would like to give you one notation here, like we just did in the in group class yesterday. That was like what is definite integral? The definite integral. Okay, let me write the heading first. Introduction to convergence test for series. Okay. So according to Riemann sum, okay, we had some limit of sum, right? Limit of sum. What is that called?
Hmm.
Limit of sum.
Uh, what do you call limit of a sound? This thing, the integral.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good, very good, very good. So limit of sums is basically integral, right? So according to Riemann
Hmm.
approximation, we get some approximate value, and if we apply limit to that as n tends to infinity, it gives us integral sign. Okay, so based on the Riemann approximation,
Hmm.
the, the definite integral has been defined. I'm giving you some basic information about this, and then we'll move to the test of it, right? The definite integral of f
Yeah.
from a to b is, how do we write that? A to b f of x dx, and that is actually limit n tends to see that is actually summation of, you know, all some area of the rectangle, right? For I is equal to 1 to n,
Hmm.
it will give you the approximate value, but as soon as you put limit n tends to infinity, it will give you the exact value, and that exact value is nothing but
Yeah.
the integration, definite integration basically, right? Which is written in left hand side.
Hmm.
So this is called Riemann sum. Okay, so the we can define
Hmm.
integral as the limit of sum, isn't it? You can see here in the last statement on your
Yeah.
screen, we can define integral as the limit of sum, isn't it?
Right.
So
Yeah.
we are discussing series where n tends to infinity, isn't it? This is just a series. This is just a
Hmm.
series. This is
Hmm.
just a series, and we are discussing series from the beginning of this class. We have been discussing series, and where that series where n tends to infinity, isn't it? Where n tends to infinity. So
Right.
basically, what we are discussing, we are discussing limit of sum, and limit of sum is nothing but integration,
Hmm.
right? It means there is some.
Sorry, your screen got.
Yeah, I'm not
Screen
writing.
got paused for a second.
No, I'm not writing anything on it. I'm just explaining.
No, no, no. Your audio, I mean.
Audio also. Okay.
Your audio got.
So, okay, have you listened about the Riemann approximation? How I make a relation between limit of sum and the integration, definite integration.
Yeah,
So, limit
yeah.
of sum is nothing but integration, right? Definite integration.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
from the
It,
beginning of this class, we have been discussing about the limit of sum. Limit of sum means series. Basically, we are discussing series, and that we let that series goes to infinity, isn't it? We'll let that series
hmm.
goes to infinity. So,
Hmm.
limit of sum, we
Hmm.
have been discussing. That is basically integration. So there
Hmm.
must be some connection. There
Yeah.
must be some connection between integration and the
Hmm.
thing which we are discussing. That is basically this
Yeah.
convergent of series, or the series is divergent or convergent. So there must be some connection,
Right.
right? So if we introduce infinity,
Yeah, yeah.
if we introduce
I remember
infinity,
the integral test is to be there to prove convergence. Like if you could find the
but
this thing,
but
yeah.
I won't directly give you na integral test. What is integral? There must be some connection. Na? Why we are introducing integration now? Sudden, all of sudden, why we are
Yeah, yeah,
introducing integration? We have been discussing series, and
yeah.
suddenly I'm introducing integration. So it make student very confused
Got
at some point, right? So I'm putting up
Hmm.
some relation here.
Yeah, yeah.
That relation is basically that limit of sum is basically integration. See, we know everything, we know a lot of things, but if we could not relate everything at
Yeah,
some point, then there is no use,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
So if suppose we are
Yeah.
discussing integration for the convergent, so there must be infinity in the integration, there must be infinity in the
Hmm.
integration, right? Because some of the values goes to infinity,
Right.
like from a to b,
Hmm.
some of the value must
Hmm.
goes to infinity, isn't it? So if suppose I
Yeah.
introduce infinity in the
Yeah.
integral, if I introduce infinity in the integral,
Hmm.
what that integral called?
If you put in, it's an indefinite integral, right?
Let me write that. If I put infinity in in integral sign, like integral in place of like limit, okay? Limit. Don't confuse with that. Limit means a and b, like here, a and b, okay? In place of
Hmm.
a and b, what that integral called? So that is called improper integral.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Mhm.
we'll reveal the rest of the story in next class. If you would have started with 4,
Hmm.
I would have
And so,
definitely finished this.
yeah. So you can't continue do a 1.5 hour today.
uh, okay, you want to do, you want to continue?
So I'm happy to continue if you can.
Okay, okay, no problem. Okay, fine. So improper integral, right? So what is
Hmm.
improper
Yeah.
integral? That, let me write the notation here. Improper integral, like if f of x is continuous on a, we never bound infinity. Okay, we can't bound infinity. Then
Yeah.
a to infinity f of x dx is equal to limit of sum. So b tends to infinity, a to b f of x dx. Okay, so this is called improper
Hmm.
integral. And why? we have been discussing improper integral because I just explained the relation here. Okay, because our series goes to
Hmm.
infinity till infinity, and since the series goes to infinity, so to there is a relation between limit of sum with the integration. So our integral must also be improper integral. Okay. So
Right.
instead of discussing limit of sum, we will discuss for a while convergence of an improper integral.
Hmm.
Convergence of an improper integral. Okay.
Hmm.
So uh, if suppose if we have let's say question on it, if I directly put a question before the test. Hmm,
Hmm.
so what is that, like this integration is also sum. You will definitely head yes for this. Integration is also sum, right? Is also sum, but
Yeah.
that sum goes to infinity, right? Means the for some for infinite
Yeah.
term. So if suppose that sum gives
Yeah.
you some finite value, what would you call that? If that sum means the value of definite integral, if give you some finite value,
Hmm.
what will you call that? Divergent or convergent?
It will be convergent, right?
Yes, definitely. See, don't
Yeah.
be like uh, yes or no condition. Be sure about that because see,
Hmm.
integration is basically limit of sum, right? Where the limit tends to infinity,
Right.
where n tends to infinity. Okay,
Hmm.
so if limit of sum is basically represented by integration, and if integration definite integral, let me complete. If that definite integral gives you finite value, so basically that definite integral is nothing but the sum of that series, right?
Hmm.
So if it gives you
Hmm.
finite value, so we can say that the given series or the given integral is convergent,
Hmm.
right? So let me put up
But
question.
so
Yeah,
the bounds for the integral will have to be minus infinity to positive infinity, right?
anywhere like we must introduce infinity in that. That's it. Anywhere in the position of limit, like here, like this. Upper limit,
Hmm.
any limit, either lower limit or upper limit. If we introduce infinity anywhere
Hmm.
and it gives you some finite value, then that series is called
Hmm.
convergent. Because we just
Hmm.
proved this improper integral is nothing but the limit of sum over infinity, and this gives you some finite value. If this gives you some finite value, okay, means this integration is also gives you some finite value, it means the series is convergent.
Hmm.
So the question is, like, can we say, like, for this series this is an improper integral? Now let's find out whether this is convergent or divergent. So if you can recall, this 1 by x is nothing but harmonic series.
Yeah.
So the answer, it has to be, this is harmonic series.
It's divergent.
Yeah, it has to be
It's
divergent.
divergent.
Yeah. So but how would we solve this? We can, like, how to solve the
Yes.
improper integral? We make limit of sum.
So
Okay,
yeah.
we
So
make
what we
limit.
do is,
Hmm,
yeah.
and we let that
So
variable
what
tends to
you do
infinity.
is you Yeah.
Okay, now you solve after this.
So yeah, so when you do this, you get it at to in the limit is infinite, like does not exist. Limit is in infinity.
Infinity. So the
Yes.
integration of this is ln x
ln x.
b1
ln
limit b tends to infinity. So ln b minus ln1 is 0, ln1, right?
0.
Ln1 is 0.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
ln b, so ln infinity is also infinity, increasing function, right? Ln is increasing function.
Yeah.
So it will also give
Yeah.
you infinity.
Yeah.
So this again test that the harmonic series is diverges.
Mm.
Okay. So okay, let me put the second question. 0 to infinity 1 over 1 plus x square dx. Now you just find out whether this integral is converges or diverges.
So you get two values of the limit. What does that mean?
If we get finite
If you get
value,
two values,
are you getting two values? How come? It won't give you two values.
because no, sorry, it's one value because positive infinity. So one value.
Hmm. So what is the
Pi
value?
by two.
Pi by 2. Perfect.
Pi by two. One value.
So let me just complete this quickly. See, I make video also, na? So it should be complete. Limit
Yeah.
b
Yeah.
tends to infinity. The integration of this is arc tan x 0b. Limit b tends to infinity.
Yeah.
We can put arc tan b minus arc tan 0 is 0. And if b tends to
Mm.
infinity, so that happen at pi by 2 actually,
Yeah.
right? So once we got the finite
Yeah.
value, you tell me what does that mean. If you get finite value for this
That
improper
means
integral,
it's converted.
yeah, this improper integral is nothing but limit of sum over infinity. And if you are getting sum as finite value
Mm.
over infinity, that means that series is convergent. That's it.
Yeah.
Never skip the relation between limit of sum and the improper integral. There is a
Yeah.
close connection between them,
Yeah.
right? So if you are getting finite value for this improper integral,
Yeah.
it means this integral is converges, and it converges to pi by 2. Okay.
Mm.
So as we already discussed that to be a convergent series, the sequence or the number of this sequence, right? The number of this series basically, I mean to say, that number must be decreasing. It means that series must be decreasing, isn't it? That is the foremost condition. Like
Mm.
if you consider 1 over 1 plus x square here, you got 1 over 1 plus x square as divergent. So you can observe that 1 over 1 plus x square is
Hmm.
basically decreasing series. It is not increasing series. It is decreasing series. Means the series need to be decreasing for the convergent.
Yeah.
Right. So now let me put up the definition of integral test now. Actually, I start sometime I start the story from the climax. Sometime it make the story more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's put up the definition here.
Like usually we start convergent test from like ratio test or something like that, but
Yeah.
we start from integral test only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So integral test for conver convergence. So let f of x be continuous, positive, and decreasing function. Then decrease. I think you will clear with all the terms which is going to be used here. Decreasing function. Then
Hmm.
the series f of 1 plus f of 2 plus dot 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 plus f of n plus dot 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 converges if the improper integral this 1 to infinity f of x dx converges and diverges if the integral diverges.
The only trick, I mean, the only problem with this one is it has to be a integrable one. Like you should be
Yes,
able to
yes,
easily do the integration.
yes,
That's
yes.
the thing.
So actually, we don't have the difficult. We actually in this chapter they don't test you the integration part. They will, that's why the series is
Hmm.
the function is going to be very simple. They don't test you the
Hmm.
integration. They test you for convergent and divergent.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so done. So I'm putting up the
Hmm.
next question on it. Determine determine if summation of n is equal to 1 to infinity 1 over n root n converges or diverges. So you need to check two things, two condition. You need to check two condition. One, if the function is decreasing, first of all you have to make function out of it, right? So you'll have to check whether the sequence means the general term is decreasing or not. That is the first condition. If it is not decreasing, we can directly say that the series is divergent, right? The second condition
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
if you are going to use the integral test, right? Improper integral test, then we'll set up improper integral for this series, and then we'll find out the integration,
Hmm.
and if it is giving you finite value, then the series is convergent, otherwise divergent. Okay, do that.
Right. Yeah, so it converges to two. It
2.
converges to two.
2.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I just mentioned few important terms here. One is there are two
Hmm.
steps here basically. Limit n tends to infinity for this term, for this general term. What will you get
Hmm.
this limit? What is the value of this limit?
You get the limit at zero.
Zero. So
So it's
if you
not
get
it's
zero, if you get zero,
inconclusive.
so this is decreasing, right? Decreasing
Hmm.
sequence, but this
Hmm.
does not prove anything. It is inconclusive. Uh, what is the spelling? Inconclusive. Okay. So the second we apply the integral test, that is we'll set up integration here 1 to infinity, okay, for the function dx, and we convert it into limit of sum. So limit b tends to infinity, integration of 1 to b, the function is 1 over x root x dx, right? So
Hmm.
limit b tends to infinity, that is minus 2 x raised to minus half and b to 1. So limit b tends to infinity minus, what is this, minus 2 root b plus 2, right? So the limit is 2.
Yeah.
So therefore the series is convergent.
Convergent.
So this is done. Now we have p series test. I just gave you writing of that and we'll discuss that in next class. Okay.
Yeah.
The next is the p series test. So using, okay, just a second. For p series test, there are three conditions. For n is equal to 1 to infinity, 1 over n raised to p converges if p greater than 1. Second, n is equal to 1 to infinity, 1 over n raised to p. Okay, n raised to p, n raised to p diverges if p less than 1, and it is diverges for p is equal to 1. Okay, means this series is diverges for p less than or equal to 1. So basically we have already seen
Equal to one harmonic. Equal
harmonic.
to one would have been the harmonic series.
Yes. So for equal to 1 we have already seen that the this type of series is harmonic. So only condition is left
Hmm.
for the convergent of this series, p has to be greater than 1.
Hmm.
Okay. So let me just put up one question here. You have to determine whether the given series is convergent or divergent according to p series. So n is equal to 1 to infinity 1 over cube root of n. Now let me know whether it is convergent or divergent.
So it's divergent
Divergent. Why?
because the value of p is 1 1 by which is less than 1.
Yes, less than 1. So P is equal to 1 by 3, which is less than 1. So diverges. So basically, if you observe this condition for the converges, so if P is greater than 1, right? So if P is greater than 1, let me put up one example like this: n square. Okay, 1 over n square.
Hmm.
So the value of P is 2, and 2 is greater than 1. So such series is convergent, isn't it? Such series is
Hmm.
convergent because it fulfills two condition. It fulfills two
Hmm.
condition. Okay, just consider that as a the separate question,
Hmm.
and you prove that whether this is
Hmm.
convergent or divergent by integral test. Do it. Hurry up.
Hmm.
So for integral test, it must prove two statement. First, decreasing. Second, finite integral value.
Yeah, so it's the approach is one this sum. It's convergent.
It approaches 1, so therefore the series is converges, right? So you can verify your answer from this.
Hmm.
So this improper integral test basically,
I got the
yeah. So improper integral test basically proves the P series test, isn't it?
right. Yeah.
So we need not to apply integral test always if we know P is greater than 1,
Hmm.
right? If
Hmm.
P is greater than 1, means it will definitely fulfill
Hmm.
both the condition. First, decreasing. Second, finite integral value.
Uh, yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
So, but one question:
Yeah.
this would this speed test work if you have like a polynomial function in the denominator? It would, right?
Yeah, it would.
You take the highest power.
It will. It will.
Yeah.
Means what you are saying is basically uh, summation n is equal to 1 to infinity 1 over 2n plus 1 raised to 2, like what you are saying, right?
No, I'm saying like n to the power. Okay, same thing. N to the power five
Same thing.
plus n cube.
Whatever,
Yeah, same thing.
you can write 5 anything like this, or any combination of that,
Hmm.
right? So if the
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
function is
hmm.
decreasing, if this term is decreasing and the value of P is greater than 1, the series is convergent. So actually we will come to the next test, that is comparison test. So what you said is basically
Hmm.
you are comparing something with P series test. You are comparing this type of term, this type of expression with P series test. So actually you
Was
are researching about this now. You are in the state of
was it called D'Alembert's test or something that was there? D'Alembert's test, I remember.
D'Alembert.
D'Alembert's test.
No,
I think it's another name for the comparison test. It's
comparison
another
test.
name.
Okay, okay. I'll look for that. As far as I know, is that is comparison test. You send me the link if you I can check that also.
Yeah, just got it. One second. Huh?
Hmm.
It's D'Alembert is another name for ratio test.
Ratio test.
It's
Okay.
also called the yeah.
Ratio
If I
test.
on the chat, if you just
The I just open up that ratio test in Wikipedia. D'Alembert's ratio test and Cauchy's ratio test. Okay, so these are some name, and you know that the American or the
names, yeah,
Britishers are actually master in labeling, and we usually don't label our name. We
spelling and labeling, yeah,
yeah, and we actually
yeah.
we consider that this is from the nature. Why would I label? Because I didn't create
Hmm,
that. That is not my creation. Why should we label? So
hmm,
that is the
correct.
ethics of
So this,
Indian.
yeah,
Okay, so did you understand anything from this class,
yeah,
or you understood everything?
yeah, yeah. Very learned a lot in this one.
Okay, cool. So we meet tomorrow morning for the the in group class. Okay, and and tomorrow
Yeah,
I'll keep your class
yeah.
at 10 to 11 morning, 10 to 11. Is that fine with you?
So it becomes it becomes a little long, sir. Can you
No,
try
no.
and keep it in the evening if possible?
Okay, I'll keep
Yeah,
your class
if you can keep the
around.
extra.
Yeah, no problem. I'll 5 to 6 6 okay, 6 to 7. After 7, after 6 will work for you.
Yeah,
We may go
yeah,
till 7:30, 6 to 7:30. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye, sir. Bye.